Hey guys, it's Joe, and I wanted to talk to you today about goals. It's just a couple of days before 2020 starts, and everybody is talking about starting the new year, starting the new decade. There's just been this huge movement, um, especially if you follow personal development much, about setting your goals, setting what are you going to do for the next year, for the next decade. Um, And I usually roll my eyes at a lot of that stuff because I always thought that, when you have an idea, you want to change, you just do it, right? You just make a plan and go for it. Not that I've been very good at that, but that's the kind of the way I did things. Which, so I thought I'd sit down and think about, the next decade. One of the reasons I didn't do a whole lot of, New Year's resolutions or planning, especially long term, was that I learned when I was a kid that your life changes every 5 years. And so I just kind of thought, okay, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do things. And then, you know, and I look back and 5 years later, I'd be in a totally different place, right? So I just, assumed that that's the way things were or whatever. I kind of took it on faith, so to speak, that as we get older and as we mature and grow and learn things, that we change. what what I didn't take into account was that if I actually if I actually tracked those things, if I actually put some intention behind what I was doing, I would still be in a different place in 5 years, but I would be in a better place. So sometimes these realizations, especially at 46 years old, um, they make me laugh at myself, and it seems silly that I didn't think about it in this way before. So so that's what I'm doing this year, and that's what this video is about. It's about my goals for 2020. Um, and there's a philosophy, there's an idea called three hobbies, and you should have one hobby to make you healthy, one hobby to make you money, one hobby to make you creative, and so that's kind of the way I'm looking at everything I do this year, and it's gonna have to fit into one of those three categories, and it's pretty broad. It's but you need a broad goal, right? Um, that's the thing about New Year's resolutions is that they got to be trackable, they've got to be repeatable, they've got to move you forward. Just saying I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to bench press 225. Um, what do you do once you achieve that thing? And a lot of people reach their goals and then they don't know where to go next. And then there are other people who find out their goals are hard, or or difficult to maintain, and then they lose their New Year's resolutions, and that leads to a whole industry of people saying that New Year's resolutions are stupid, or that it's silly. It's a silly tradition. The New Year's Day is just another day in the grand scheme of things, but things are starting over, and that's a good enough reason for anybody to set these things. So my take on the next year, the next decade, um, is to create a repeatable system in just about everything I do, so that I can measure my progress, and so that when things change or when I decide that I don't like what I'm doing, um, then I can write it down. I can actually track why I decided I didn't want to do something, or why I decided to go to the next step. Um, One of the things I've never, ooh, the sun's gonna kill me. One of the things that I never really did was journal, and I just my mind races. It moves way faster than I can write. Um, but I've started trying it. I've started dabbling in journaling a little bit, and I found that I can get my thoughts out. That I can actually look back at the day before and see what happened. I can actually look at the day coming up and see what needs to happen. And I'm hoping that being able to reflect on the day or the week will help me to know that I'm on track, or to see how the track is even going. Creating a business, creating um, any kind of venture, self improvement or otherwise, it's up and down. It's all over the place, and maybe being able to see that and express that for myself will help me will help me to move forward. So um, that's where I'm at. I'm planning on I want to develop better sales skills and better communication skills. That's part of that. My business. And so that's part of that hobby that I want to grow and everything. The guys at the real estate office that I work at, we're starting a book club. So most of the books I think will be geared towards salesmanship and communication. I'm looking forward to it. That's a good way to dive into that, take notes on the books that I'm reading and learn things and absorb them. The other thing about being creative is that I play guitar and I don't do it near enough. Uh, and I can look back on life and every part of my life that had a guitar in my hands um, made me happy. So we all need to be more happy. So if I could take a few minutes every day um, to play some guitar and just kind of dive into that life, dive into that mindset, I know that it'll make every day happier. So that's what I'm doing. I've probably rambled quite a bit on these videos. I had some notes, and I think I covered most of them. And I'm really hungry, so I think it's time to get some breakfast. And I'll see you in the next video.